UFC Vegas 107 is happening this next Saturday, May 31st. And listen guys, this card, I don't even know why I'm covering it, and somehow I ended up doing the research, so here I am. It's pretty much a Dana White's contender night, lacking severe star power, even anything of significance. I don't even give a damn about the main event. Any of these matchups don't really have any significance or impact in the division, but here we go. Here's our predictions, main card from bottom to top. First fight of the evening of the main card, we have a middleweight clash between Zachary Reese and Dusko Todorovic. Both gentlemen got a brutal beatdown in their last fights within the first round. And I was actually there live in Los Angeles watching Zachary Reese get knocked the fuck out. Oh damn. Jesus, he better put his hands up. And it's no better, like I mentioned, for Dusko, since he's coming off back-to-back knockout losses. I've never been impressed by Dusko, and his last performances show for it. Reese, on the other hand, I actually see potential, and he does have a couple of decent wins via stoppages, whether if it's a submission or TKO, for example, against Julian Marquez. Reese is actually decent. I can see him bouncing back from his previous loss. Decent striking, tricky on the floor, on the ground, off his guard, while Dusko's just robotic, very flat-footed. I just don't see how he's pulling it off. Analyzing this fight, I believe Reese has all the tools to pull off a stoppage here. This fight is ending via submission. I see a submission here by Reese, second or third round. Third bout of our main card, we have a light heavyweight fight between Dustin Jacoby, Jesus Lord, versus Bruno Lopez. Dustin Jacoby is a lot of fun, man. I always look forward to his fights. If I'm correct, former wow, Lord, I definitely can't speak today. Former K1 kickboxing contender, likes to stand and trade. And in his last fight, man, what an incredible KO over Petrino. Although he's not as smooth and polished as other kickboxers or strikers, Jacoby just mixes it up. His skill set and his striking, mixing in kicks, jabs, crosses. Like I mentioned, the one that put Petrino into another planet. The guy brings it. And they're putting him up against this Dana White's contender quality fighter. Not just because he has no recognition to his name yet, but even his skill set. Watching Bruno Lopez fighting in the regionals, because that's pretty much all the film we have, the guy's just not good. Bruno Lopez reminds me of Hector Ramirez. You guys remember that guy that fought Forrest Griffin way back in the day? I just don't see how he's capable of outstriking Dustin Jacoby. And much less, if it hits the floor, I just don't see a threat that he can pose to Dustin. Dustin should be able to sweep this one. Will he get a stoppage? I don't know. Because much like Hector Ramirez, it seems like Bruno Lopez is pretty durable, pretty sturdy. Dustin Jacoby by unanimous decision. Next up, we have a welterweight bout. One between Billy Ray Goff versus Seok-yeon Ko. Seok-yeon Ko, another Dana White's talent. Boring, not explosive, not athletic. Pretty much won his last fight via just grinding his opponent, just smothering it, takedown and smothering him. The last 2 rounds, there's really not much to say here because his style is just not interesting. It's not fun to watch, and I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon close to the rankings. Billy Ray, on the other hand, what an entertaining fighter. Guy just brings it, a juggernaut. Almost reminds me of a Jake Ellenberger when Jake Ellenberger first bursted into the scene. The dude just goes forward and starts slinging those things. Decent chin to hold up, so I'm pretty sure he banks on his chances that he's gonna get the KO, just going in there carelessly. His last fight, that was worthy of fight of the night, probably even contender, probably even touching, you know, the talks of fight of the year. And what I love about Billy is that he, you know, that aggressiveness that he brings in the stand-up, the power in his punches, his ruthlessness. He also goes for takedowns. He's relentless with them. He can mix it up. I don't see how Ko has the athleticism, the strength, and the speed to outdo Billy Ray. With that intense pressure that he brought in his last fight, I see Billy Ray stopping Ko KO or TKO 2nd to 3rd round. Fifth fight in our co-main event, and literally probably the only real fight worthy to watch. We have Mateusz Gamrot versus Ludovic Klein. This is gonna be a firefight, guys. We got 2 guys with incredible cardio, with decent speed and rhythm to their fights, that just keep a pace, a relentless pace, and we're putting them up against each other. Man, I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be a fun one. Now, I'm high on Mateusz Gamrot. I know his last outing versus Dan Hooker didn't go as planned, and it seemed like he got tired, right? But that's not typical Gamrot. And I feel that we're gonna see the old Gamrot, well, not even the old one, just the one we're used to. That's just gonna be relentless. He's gonna go in there, he's gonna jab his way in, he's not afraid to throw a cross, and he's gonna go for that wrestling. Ludovic Klein is gonna invite it as well because that's his style of fighting it. They both mirror each other in a lot of ways. Just Ludovic Klein, I've noticed, likes to stand and trade a little more, and I do tend to give him the edge on the stand-up. But styles do make fights. And what made it difficult for Gamrot in his last fight against Hooker in getting takedowns, in tiring out, is the fact that it's Dan Hooker's stance. He's just long, he was expecting the shots, and coming in was just eating jabs. He's not going to have that problem with Ludovic Klein because Ludovic is not the size of Dan Hooker. They don't have the same stance, they don't have the same striking. I can definitely see how Mateusz Gamrot can get in there and implement his game plan all 3 rounds with no problem. Make no mistake about it though, Ludovic Klein doesn't lay down for anybody, so even if he gets taken down, we're gonna see some fun scrambles. I still gotta go with Gamrot here. I think he's gonna be able to pull it off. I don't think he's gonna stop Ludovic Klein. Klein is a little too tough for that, but we're gonna see Gamrot get a unanimous decision here. And for our main event, the fight that we've all been waiting for, highly anticipated. We got top contenders in the women's flyweight division. We have Erin Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. I don't know, man. I don't know how Erin Blanchfield does it, but I see a very average, incapable fighter. I mean, even her wrestling. Yes, once she gets a hold of you, she knows what she's doing, and she can definitely outmuscle or outstrengthen these other flyweight women. But it's just so basic, so simplistic. And don't get me started with her Ben Askren striking. It is absolutely terrible. She punches from her shoulder, doesn't know what she's doing, doesn't take her head off the center, was pretty much getting jabbed to death by Rose Namajunas before Rose Namajunas fucking did Rose Namajunas, which is to stay calm. Rose Namajunas, if she pushed the pace a little bit more in that first and second round with her striking, she probably would have gotten a TKO win. What I will give her is this, her cardio. She has that wrestler's cardio where the longer the fight goes, the stronger she gets. She's going up against Macy Barber here, man. An absolute savage. One of the few girls that I actually enjoy watching because she's exciting. And man, she comes to bring the pain. Relentless with her striking. I mean, she will get in there and mix it up immediately. And once it gets within clinching distance, I mean, I love when fighters go for the elbows. This girl starts throwing elbows, and it's vicious. It's vicious. Even when it comes down to the wrestling, she's not half bad. I mean, she's aggressive. She'll wrestle back. She'll scramble. She'll get back up to her feet, or she'll scramble to get in a better position, and all while pounding you out. I mean, she does not let you breathe at all. Unfortunately for Macy Barber, I really do think it's going to come down to the 4th and 5th round. I don't see a stoppage in the early ones. And like I mentioned, Blanchfield just gets stronger and stronger as the fight goes. What I'm seeing here is Blanchfield eventually entering into the 4th round, blanketing Macy Barber. And you know what? I'm pulling for Macy Barber, but if I had to bet, it's going to be Blanchfield. I just would hate to see another Carla Esparza reach the top for a while. All respect to them because they have to do what they do, but I just don't want another boring fighter floating up at the top just taking out fun contenders with a boring ass style of wrestling. I have Blanchfield winning an easy unanimous decision.